Let's come back to Jaipur, then we'll close it. I think.
Lovely. We can keep talking otherwise. And Jaipur is my favorite topic because that's my sort of
so why
area
they
of
shifted
research.
from Amber to Jaipur? What was the reason?
So before you say it, so a lot of people even in my last podcast were saying, oh, it's Amer, it's not Amber. But there are two sources of the why Amber was named, right? One is Amba Mata, so Amba, there's a B. One is Ambikeshwar Mahadev, which is a B again. And in lots of old scriptures, it's mentioned as Ambikapur or Ambavati. B is there in everything. Now, what happens later on is the Kachwahas get into an alliance with Akbar. I don't say Mughals, I keep saying Akbar. And at the time...
Why? Sorry, I'm digressing. Why you say that?
Because after that, they weren't really that close to the Mughal emperors. You know, they weren't some...
There
like
was
people
constant
say, like,
struggle, I know.
Constant still. Savai Jai Singh was constantly struggling. In fact, the Mughals took over Amber.
Even Manthan had lots of tussle with Akbar.
He did. But in a way, the thing is, people don't see it. Akbar was obsessed with the Rajputs, you know.
Because there are incidents where I've heard that he grabbed onto the collar of Man Singh a couple of times in Agra court.
Right. So there could be. I haven't.
Because he allowed Maharana Pratap to go. He didn't took actions on many Indian kings the way Akbar wanted him to do.
Yeah. So a lot of Maulanas and Maulvis were putting things in Akbar's ear, basically. But Akbar basically was obsessed with Rajput and Rajput. He was like James Todd before, just that he was the emperor and the, you know, वो दाढ़ी भी नहीं रखता था. वो अपना मूछे type like a Rajput. And so, and in Rajput, it's very, nowadays people don't, and I don't mean to toko you, but I got this told off by this gentleman called Hegreev Singh Ji from Osia in Jodhpur, where if your father is alive, you're not supposed to keep a beard in Rajput. This thing. And that's why you'll see only the oldest member of the family is allowed to have the beard and the cut beard and stuff. But if your father is there or your grandfather is there, you can keep a mustache or nothing, but a beard signifies the Thakur or the Raja or the head of the family.
Long beard or normal beard?
Any beard.
Any beard.
You told me, आजकल के लड़के तो देखो and ये वो and all of that. Of course,
I've never heard of it actually.
Culture evolves also in a way, so it's not that it's strict.
In our ancestry, whatever I have read through, the beard was like
of the eldest.
Maybe that's the scenario.
And he had some truth to it. But so coming back to Amber, so the Mughals basically and Akbar were trying to Persianize Indian terms. Ayodhya ko Awadh kar diya. So Amber ko they wanted to make Amer because Amer sounds like Amer and Persianized it very subtly in a way which we agreed to. And then when we tried to change it and write B, अंग्रेज आके बोलने लगे amber and they thought it's Amber Fort, which it's not. So उन्हें वापस भी हटा के Amer कर दिया, but actually it's Amber.
जयपुर भी तो होता था, जयपुर नहीं जयपुर होता था शायद.
So this Jaipur is in Dhundari, Jaipur is in Hindi, Jaipur is in English. It depends what language you're speaking. Not one thing is right or wrong. Jaipur का actually नाम है सवाई Jaipur. Now the Savai some गायब ही हो गया because Jaipur was really built on the Savai principle. Savai Jai Singh got this title from the Mughal emperor, not for Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb just told him कि अरे वाह तू तो बड़ा सवाहा है. You know, and he felt very sort of touched with this compliment because Aurangzeb was dealing with Jai Singh the First, who was also an brilliant man. And because he saw Jai Singh the Second, he was like, "Arey, you are quarter more Savaha more than Jai Singh the First."
So it was like
he was a 7-year-old boy. I mean, 7-year-old boy, very impressionable, right? And so he took this to heart. And when he was making Jaipur, and then later on he got it confirmed also by Farooq Syar.
No, he said it to control him or he meant it?
No, meant it.
Why would he say that? What reasons for it?
Because Jai Singh's father is in Afghanistan or Kabul at the time. And so Jai Singh is sent to Aurangzeb for some court function or something. Now this little boy comes and he realizes that he's the Amber prince. And Amber and Jaipur have had close relations, of course. Amber and Akbar, and you know, with the shadis Mughal. And all of that. So of course Aurangzeb also has some Kachwa blood in him and Rajput blood in him.
Right.
So we'll get to that. I know.
Jahangir was Jahangir Shah Jahan.
Jahangir's mother was a Rajput from Jaipur. Harka Bai.
Some disagree with that, but
so it's a very interesting. We'll get to that if we get time, or maybe next time if you will have me.
Definitely, if you come to Delhi, I would be happy. If I come here, I will definitely.
Yeah, you've to found a home in Jaipur now. Yeah.
Now, yes.
But sorry, we were talking about we were talking about
Savai.
So Jai Singh ji goes to Jai Singh, Kuwar Jai Singh at the time,
called Savai.
and he sees this little boy coming, and he goes to do his nazrana. So Aurangzeb, this is the story at least, holds his hand like that, and kaske to scare him. So this guy doesn't get scared at all. So he says to in a very buland awaz, he says, "Kya karu tera?" types. What do I do of you? So this little boy, tiny little guy, says that, "नहीं, आपने तो मेरा हाथ ऐसे पकड़ा जैसे कोई दूल्हे ने दुल्हन का हाथ, तो मैं तो सोचूं कि आप तो मुझे लाड प्यार से ही करोगे." This guy also starts laughing. Yeah, Aurangzeb, अरे वाह, तो बड़ा सवाहा है, He didn't give the title at that time. People say Aurangzeb ने दिया, नहीं. Got it later. There are two stories. Some people say Battle of Khelna mein, some people say Farrukhsiyar ne, but he got it confirmed later on, and he used Jaipur, this Savai title, as a principle of Jaipur. So that means when Jaipur was being built, it was built on the Savai principle. Everything was made a quarter more. 6 बाजार बनाने तो 7 बना देंगे. 100 फुट का रोड है तो 120 फुट का बना देंगे. Everything was made Sawa to show this sort of patronage that the Jaipur rulers are a quarter more than their counterparts, which I found very poetically beautiful. I mean, it was really. So basically, so Amber has these two. So this thing. So now, when Jai Singh ji is young, and Aurangzeb dies, right? He makes one mistake of backing the wrong horse. And so in Mughals, what happens is after the ruler dies, they fight amongst themselves. Jai Singh ji chooses the losing side, and Bahadur Shah the first becomes the Mughal emperor, and he's pissed off with him. He seizes Amber. उसका नाम बदल देते, मोमिनाबाद कर दिया नाम.
अच्छा.
And Jai Singh ji is going from pillar to post, and by the end of it, the Rathod Maharaja of Jodhpur, because at the time even Jodhpur, Aurangzeb was trying to chino and troubling them like hell. Ajit Singh ji's time, and Durga Das ji's time, and Jaipur, they go to
Durga Das ji जब तक चले गए थे, I think, मतलब
Durga Das
आ गए थे ना.
नहीं, Ajit Singh ji was ruling by the time. It's quite sad to know Ajit Singh ji ने उनको देश निकाल दिया.
वही चले गए थे, मेरा वही मतलब था उन्हें.
Back in the day, you would send a watermelon, a matira, कि मती रहो. यहाँ पे तरबूज नहीं बोलते, मतीरा बोलते.
He was a little insecure because people were asking him more for advice than.
Durga Das, he was a legend. I mean, really, gosh. I mean, apparently, Aurangzeb offered him the throne also. You this thing, and he was the
way he gets into court, that is also very interesting. But
made of a different sort of different league of men. So Jai Singh ji is going from pillar to post. Mominabad हो गया, जोधपुर भी ले लिया. So that was in fact one of the last Rajput.
जोधपुर ले लिया था.
जोधपुर भी ले लिया था. It was under. He was playing politics since Nagaur के राजा को बोल रहा था, which is a younger line saying that आपको बना दूंगा, आप मुसलमान बन जाओ, and trying to. So the ruler of Jaipur, the ruler of Jodhpur meet at Udaipur.
नागौर, अच्छा
Nagaur is like a younger branch.
अच्छा, अमर सिंह के जो वो थे वंशज शायद, समझ.
Yeah. But Nagaur wasn't it was the Raja ने वो Rao बोलते थे वहाँ पे. So anyway, they meet at this place, and they have the Debari का समझौता, or the Treaty of Debari, where the alliance happens, and Udaipur says, "I will help you," and then they go win back Jodhpur, win back Amber.
Who was there in Udaipur? Jai Singh? Raj Singh?
It was Amar Singh II at the time. Jai Singh had just died.
No, sorry, Raj Singh.
Raj Singh had died.
Achha.
And after Raj Singh, it's Jai Singh. I'll have to check which Maharana. I'm getting confused now.
No.
If I'm not wrong, it was Amar Singh II, but I'll check. I'll just check. So, because he also turned out to be Jai Singh ji's father-in-law.
Achha.
So, one part of the treaty was that you will marry my daughter.
He made that alliance.
He made that alliance, and at the time they said, "अरे आपका अब जो बेटा होगा वो ही महाराजा बनेगा." Of course, and that's a different story now altogether. Lovely. So anyway, they win back, but now most stories in history will tell you that पानी खत्म हो गया था और आबादी बढ़ गई थी, तो उनको shift करना पड़ा, because most Rajput cities and towns and forts are made on hills. चित्तौड़ देख लो, मेहरानगढ़ देख लो, कुंभलगढ़ देख लो, आम्बेर देख लो. Natural defense है आपका, right? Jaipur was the only place which was made of flat ground, which was strange at the time. So there are multiple reasons. I personally feel that the Mughal Empire was declining. Jai Singh ji wanted to compete with them and say that maybe आपकी standing का हूँ, if not more. I am a local Indian king. The other one I felt is that since he was dealing with Jodhpur and Udaipur, Jaipur तो था ही नहीं उनके पास उस time. So there was this not complex with this feeling in Jaisingh ji that Jodha ji ka Jodhpur hai, Uday Singh ji ka Udaipur hai, hamara kya hai? You know, Jodhpur had Mandor as the old capital, Udaipur had Chittor. What have my ancestors? So that was playing in his mind also. Another reason I feel is that he realized that yaar, dunya jo hai is moving little away from military and agriculture to more industry and commercial sort of craft and art and stuff. And so I keep telling people, they say, oh, ab Amer ko to chhod diya tha, nahi choda tha Jaisingh ji ke time pe. It was like two heads of an engine. Right? Amber would be the military capital, Jaipur would be the commercial capital, and religion would be in both places. So Jaipur was made as the showpiece for the people because it's on a flat ground. And when was Amer Fort made? Amer was made in 1599.
Okay, that was there already.
Yeah, and uske pehle there's another Purana Mahal there, Jaigarh hai. Jaigarh chota tha. Jaisingh ji renovated the entire thing.
Jaigarh was more like military post back then, right?
Was a military, जैसे आम्बेर का महल है, उसके ऊपर जयगढ़ है, जयपुर में सिटी पैलेस है, उसके ऊपर नाहरगढ़ है. Nahargarh guards Jaipur, Jaigarh guards Amber. But Nahargarh is connected to Jaigarh. तो कभी war होता था, so the idea was you would retreat back into the hills.
Or you can provide backup too, right?
Provide backup, but the thing is Jaipur was not made. आप परकोटा देखो या गेट देखो, कोई solid blocks के थोड़ी ना बना है, because इतना बड़ा खान ही नहीं है आप जाके इतना sandstone लाओ या कुछ लाओ. So इनने rubble basically, जो ईंट मिट्टी पत्थर यहाँ वहाँ मिला के प्लास्टर लगाया. So some people say that the walls of Jaipur are not that strong. एक दो cannon shot में गिर जाएगा.
अच्छा.
So it was made as this showpiece, I feel, and that's what a lot of scholars have said, to show the artistic and cultural sort of endeavors
status,
of
again,
the Maharaja's status.
About, yeah.
You know, to show people, and also he invited people from all over. If they didn't have houses, he said, मैं आपको घर बना के दूंगा. Have you heard of the story of Indira Gandhi going to Jaigarh and taking away their treasure? एक Bollywood movie भी बना है इसके ऊपर.
No, I have not heard.
100 trucks were going and they had heard about this fabled treasure and stuff like that. Read about it. We'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
So Jaipur, if people didn't have money, Jaisingh would pay. He invited bankers and traders and artists and made a hub within Jaipur so well that without having any natural resource of its own, पानी भी नहीं है, कुआं कूदना पड़ा, पानी लाना पड़ा, सब बनाना पड़ा. It became the first modern city of India. Way 300 years or 250 years before Chandigarh came. People say, oh, Chandigarh hai. Arre, either you go to the Indus Valley civilization where they had planning, proper urban planning with straight roads and bazaars on either side. There was a master plan that was followed. Otherwise, Udaipur, Jodhpur and the other cities were made all, you know, वो किला बना दिया और उसके नीचे haphazardly like a web, which was a defensive feature also. You needed that. But Jaipur was made as compared to any city in the world, you know, straight line principle. दिल्ली में एक चांदनी चौक है, जयपुर में 8 बाजार है ऐसे, त्रिपोलिया, गंगौरी, जौहरी, किशनपोल, हवा. I mean, it's just, so in this process of competing, he dwarfed. He went एकदम बहुत ही आगे.
Passion project.
And created this city which became a passion project. It became, he is the first modern Indian, and that's why I was telling people right now, when you drive around Jaipur, if you visit Statue Circle, please notice that Jaisingh ji is the only man, only king whose statue is made who's not on a horse with a talwar or a dhal, or he's shown with a manuscript, because he was a thinker, he was a renaissance man, he was a scientist in the body of a soldier, astronomy, mathematics, and सारा ज्ञान उनने शहर बनाने में बनाया लगाया. So it's really special. It's sad that the city is really highly threatened right now. UNESCO is also on that verge of Jaipur is a World Heritage City, is on the verge of, you know, thinking of taking back the tag because we are abusing it. And I mean, I do a lot of work in the city. I do my walks there. I speak to people. It's in a bad state. So I feel hopefully with this podcast or with the kind of work that all of us are doing, we'll sort of in some way be better custodians of our heritage.
We need to be.